Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is how to increase your milk supply and things that I did that I found helped increase mine. Breastfeeding and milk supply is a huge topic, and I know that it personally was really difficult for me because Dayton had failure to thrive. So we had to go from overnight just my body producing a ton more milk, which was just impossible. You can't do it overnight. So these are the tricks that I found worked for me when the pediatrician just said, that's it, you need to make more milk starting now. So these tricks and tips that I did actually worked really fast. I kept a log of everything that I ate and drank and how much I produced, and it only took a few days for it all to kick in. So the first thing that happened is I went to a doctor, and Dayton was underweight at his 1 week check. Normal, no big deal. But then a few weeks later, he was still not caught up, so the doctor prescribed me DOMPERIDONE. Dayton was 3 or 4 weeks old. I think he was 3 weeks old. I was producing just under 2 ounces every time, and sometimes I'd go as much as like 4. So I knew my body had some inconsistency. I did set reminders on my phone, like pill 1, pill 1, pill 2, blah, 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 throughout the day. In those sleepy newborn days, it's hard to remember if you did something. I would set an alarm to go off that at 9 a.m. I said, take pill 1. And then at 9:15, did you take pill 1? And I knew that if I took it, I turned off that reminder. Because so many times you're on your phone and you just push snooze and you don't really know what's going on. So just make sure that if you are going to go on DOMPERIDONE, you talk to your doctor first, and make sure that they advise that, and make sure that you keep on top of taking it. I also eat oatmeal every day. So I had a video that's posted. It is kind of what I do every morning, and one of the things is have oatmeal every day. Oatmeal is really good for your breast milk, and I don't know why, but it just kind of encourages more production. I get up and feed Dayton, and my first feed sometimes I eat, but my second feed I always eat oatmeal. Sometimes I eat yogurt with it as well, like a little parfait. Everyone thinks I'm weird, but I love it. So you can either eat oatmeal kind of like just as is, as a breakfast or a snack, or you can put it in this really delicious peanut butter chocolate oatmeal smoothie. I'll let you guys know the recipe for that smoothie if you'd like. So one thing that I read online, I didn't know if it was true or not, but it turns out it is like those power sessions. You can do it at the end of a feed or in the middle of the day. I feed the baby, I rest, I drink a bunch of water, which I always do. I pump both sides. I stop. I drink another bottle of water. I rest for like 10 minutes. I pump again. It does take a little while, like a few days. Don't be discouraged, because just like that, you get a second letdown. Your body takes a while to catch up, especially in the afternoons. I noticed my milk was dwindling. So I would refer back to my log and see my lowest production times were like my 2 o'clock and my 4 o'clock feed, or whatever the times were. And I noticed that's when it was lowest, so that's when I did my little pumping session. So I would feed baby, make sure he's totally content, make sure we're good, stop, drink some water, pump, not get anything, pump, not get anything, I mean little drizzles, chug a bunch of water, drink as much water as I could, rest, pump both sides again. And typically my right side produced more, and I think it's common for your right side to do that. I think I read that somewhere, but I don't know. So I would get a bunch of milk here, pump here, and then my left side would often produce my letdown for this side again. And I think that happened because of this little pumping power session thing. I think it was about a month that I kept a food and beverage log, and I just logged every hour what I ate, what I drank, and if I fed, how much I fed him, and how much I would pump. So I like logged everything for my pediatrician. And often when I did this pumping power session, it was inconsistent amounts. Your body's trying to replicate your baby, but the pump is not going to be as good as your baby. So earlier I said that your body works like supply and demand, and it does. If I am putting a pump on my body at 5 a.m. every single day, my body is going to eventually think baby is eating at 5 a.m. every day. I'm not at the stage of weaning yet, so I don't know how to effectively and properly wean. I did have notes from a book that I read, but somehow the notes got deleted, so I'm going back to the library to get it. I've got time to kill, right? But if you miss a day, don't stop doing it. It takes a while. If you need to make more, you need to sit down and discipline yourself to pump more for your baby. And it sounds silly, and now when I say it out loud, having gone through what I've gone through, it sounds like it's not going to work. It works. When I was feeding Dayton, I think I was feeding him a guaranteed 80 mils every feed. And in a matter of, we were home for 3 days, and of those 3 days I had freezer milk. My body went from feeding him that minimum 80 mils to 110 mils each feed. Seriously, drank a lot of water, I did the power session, I knew my body works in supply and demand and I needed to demand more. So I was ruthless with it. It was exhausting and it was so worth it because I knew Dayton was getting all that he needed. I thought after pumping, after a feed, I'd get like a full bottle. Well, it's not the case. Like, it's not like all of a sudden you feed your baby, you stop and you pump and you get a like full 2 ounces to 4 ounces. No way. You have to accumulate it. So what I would do is I would keep a bottle in the fridge. I would have a bottle on my pump. I'd pump it. I'd take that bottle in the fridge. Then I would mix those things together because you can't add different temperatures of milk together. And you don't want to take your milk out of the fridge, your breast milk. You have to be really, really careful with it. So I pumped after a feed and then added my milk together after, I think it was after every 2 days, I would freeze that. I've read it and it's true. Your body does produce more milk in the morning time. I would get up at 5 a.m. and pump, and I was able to eventually get almost 3 feeds out of it. So I'd feed him and then I'd pump a full bottle to bottle and a half. Sometimes I would pump 2 full bottles. So do what you have to do. I don't do that anymore and it wasn't that hard to wean. Having said that, there were a few times when I would get a lot of milk at my 10 o'clock and onward type feed. And that was really weird. I don't know why. Before I was even on Domperidone, the few times I would get the most amount of milk were the evening. I'm not sure why. I guess the nighttime, not the evening, 10 o'clock and on. I don't know why. I know it's not what you want to hear because you're running low on sleep anyways with a new baby, but you just have to do what you have to do. And then lastly, keep a list of everything that you do in a log and everything that you eat. Basically what I did is I would just write had lunch, and then I found that wasn't sufficient because I'm a fact finder. I like to know what I did so that I can track it and get my results. I read that it takes 4 to 6 hours for what you ate to be in your milk. 4 o'clock is a slow time. So at noon, I need to eat and drink a lot more, mainly eat. And then at 4 o'clock, my feed will increase. I didn't find any foods other than oatmeal that really did increase my supply. There were a few times when I would be so full from like some burger or whatever it was I ate, and I'd get a lot of milk. Using my like evidence that I had and like all of my results, I couldn't find anything that was a direct link to that, but don't be discouraged because you guys might. Hope this video was helpful and not overwhelming. Babies and breastfeeding and pumping is such a huge topic, but this stuff is totally attainable. You can do it. I know it's so discouraging when you go online, especially on Pinterest, and you see moms with like freezers full of milk, and it's like, how can I get that? Your body is different, your baby is different, you're gonna do great, you are doing great, and you just watching this video showing that you wanna learn is amazing. So just keep up the great work, keep staying hydrated, take care of yourself. I know even in some old videos before I knew what was wrong with Dayton, I would be like, oh, it's 11 o'clock, I haven't eaten. That's not good, get up and eat. When I was really on top of things, I would get up and eat before my 5 a.m. feed. I don't know if that's necessary, but it worked for me. So I was just thinking, I don't know, maybe you guys want to see how much this actually works. So this is how I've organized my milk. Clearly, it does not look that organized because someone, probably Zach, has been in here. I don't know what happened. This is only box 1. This is my really full box number 2. 4 ounces, 110 mils. Sometimes I bounce back and forth because the hospital was in mils. I wake up, pump my 120 mils, I give Dayton the bottle, change his bum, put him back to bed right away, come back, and this would be my surplus pump. All this milk is from 6 a.m. and it's from doing the things that I did. I'm really proud of this. Hopefully you guys had a great day. Hopefully this video gave you some advice and some things that would work. Remember, I am not in any way educated or qualified to talk about this. It's just kind of my experience, and I hope that it helps you and encourages you. Have a great day, mamas. You're doing awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this one and watch my other vlog episodes as well. Follow me on Instagram and stay tuned for some more.